Hey guys, for those who don't know, we officially made it to Tiny. In the Midwest, we gained up to 17 popularity, um, and uh, I have a great feeling that we're just going to continue to increase our popularity. Um, we're set to have all that's left, which will actually be the last event of 2022, and then we get set for ASP Night of Legends, January 2023. So I'll show you guys the end of the year awards for this episode as well. But before we do that, I want to get into all that's left. The final episode, the final show uh, of this year 2022. It should be a good show, and a lot of changes occurred for ASP here in the professional wrestling scheme of things. We've got some more big name contracts that we signed. Hopefully, some more wrestlers that will put on great shows, great matches, great promos. I ended up signing some more wrestlers that are a little bit more expensive. So yeah, our roster's stacked right now. We've got like over 100 wrestlers in our roster. Workers, excuse me. That includes the referees, the road agents, and all those people. There are some wrestlers who can do other things too, like Phenomenal E is also a road agent, so that helps us out a lot too. And we've got Dr. Funkenstein on the commentary as well, so that also helps us out a little bit. But yeah, we're we're setting ourselves up pretty nicely for All Star Pros next event here, and hopefully for the foreseeable future. Taylor Norton is officially recovered, and all that's left is tonight. And we're gonna take a look at the merchandise. We are at 52% now, so we're halfway there. That's great to see. No house shows were too small. Once we get to small sized, which is, I think we need to achieve 35 popularity in the Midwest. Once we get there, we will become small, which then I believe means we can start signing exclusive contracts to wrestlers, which is going to be huge for us. But let's get into it. Let's do now all that's left. We're actually going to have all that's left be a 4 hour long event, and we are not going to give anyone the night off. We're going to go to Kansas City, and we will go commercial and subscription. Booking team meeting. We are at 145 creative energy, so I'll do an angle idea, near certainty on anyone, and then 2 creative finishes. A bit of a gamble on Rock and Ryan Turner, so nope. Likely to succeed on anyone, perfect. Now let's take a look at the locker room incidents. Shiva has turned up and is requested to hang out to backstage. He's got the gloomy personality type. Sure, no problem. MMA has a creative finish. Etsuko Audio Yoshi has an angle idea. Pre-show training drills. Dr. Funkenstein set up a barbecue. Perfect. And we will do some team bonding. Strengthened relationships with everyone. Perfect. We can. And Juliet Balcony is filming right now, which is fine. All that's left will be 4 hours, which will be now our longest event ever. And actually, I will be back. Give me one quick moment while I book the show. Alright, so this is now ASP, all that's left. Actually, let me take a look at the... Let's see. Okay, never mind, I did not finish booking everything I wanted to. I shall be back. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, now I'm ready to go. All the mat titles will be on the line. We will crown the first ever person to hold the gold star. So that's some pretty exciting stuff going on there. And let's get going to the show, as we have one dark match, and that is pretty much it. So we start things off in a terrible pre-show match. Flying Patriot defeats the debuting War Piece in 8 minutes and 14 by pinfall with a springboard leg drop. So this was just kind of basically to put some spotlight on our two luchadors here. This was supposed to give War Piece a debut, and Flying Patriot a match. So there you go. War Piece was really off his game. His gimmick was very good. Commentary did well, and he was also rusty, so that also did not help. And to open the show, we had the semifinals of the tournament. Ashley Grover took on Lily Snyder in singles action. Was a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Ashley Grover defeats Lily Snyder in 11 minutes and 46 by pinfall with a Chicago Hope. Also, something to note, we have 174 people in Kansas City. So there you go. Lily Snyder outperforms Ashley Grover, but nonetheless, we still got a 51. And the match got the show off to a strong start. And then we saw Mario de Silva defend his All-Stars title as part of the All-Stars Alliance. It was about that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. He took on Juggernaut Jones, which ultimately Juggernaut Jones defeats Mario da Silva in 14 minutes 50 by pinfall with the pounce. Juggernaut Jones wins the All-Stars title. And the creative finish was a success. Mario da Silva does outperform Juggernaut Jones, but The match got the crowd hotter, and commentary did well, and we got a 45 still. So that's great to see. And then we saw 2 debuts take place between Guerrero Muerto and American Patriot. Guerrero Muerto defeats American Patriot in 7 minutes 54 by pinfall with a graveyard shift. Guerrero Muerto's gimmick is great. American Patriot's gimmick is adequate. And they have good chemistry, which lifted the match. And commentary did well. We got a 45. And in a terrible match, Phil Anders defeats Mello Flashheart in 6 minutes and 28 by pinfall with a hangman's neck breaker. Mello Flashheart outperforms Phil Anders. Phil Anders was really off his game. Commentary got a boost. It was a 21, so yeah, not great. And then About That had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Taylor Kidd defeats Original Sinner in 7 minutes and 4 by pinfall with a 450 splash. Commentary boosted the match. It got a 38, so yeah, nothing too crazy. And About That had a decent reaction from the crowd, but terrible wrestling. Ali Perks defeats the debuting Tank Bradley in 5 minutes and 45 by pinfall with a flatliner. The fans did not like having a young lion like Ali Perks defeat Tank Bradley. But Ali had a strong connection with the young female demographic that enjoyed her winning. Commentary did well. Tank Bradley's new gimmick was great. It was a 24. It could have been worse, but it could have been a lot better too. And About That did not have much heat in terrible wrestling. Wild Red Stallion defeats Axel Brown in 9 minutes and 2 by pinfall with a Lakota cutter. We got 228s here. Commentary does well. Got a 28 for the match. There's definitely some peoples that I'm going to be getting rid of. So be ready for that. In Zero Tolerance of El Inferno. What was it? El Inferno Horde. There we go. They took on Mercury Rising. And About That had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Zero Tolerance defeats Mercury Rising in 7 minutes and 24. And Purple Viper pinned Mel Torment with a Viper Bite. Mel Torment was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone's in-ring performance. Again, the boost on chemistry on these two very much helps. Commentary did well. And then we go to the 5-star tag title match. And About That had great wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Minnesota Awesome defeated Anderson and Snyder in 15 minutes and 14 when Clark Smallbone pinned Ava Anderson with a double flying elbows. Minnesota Awesome makes defense number 2 of the 5-star tag team titles. The creative finish was a success. The boost on Anderson and Snyder and the tag team specialist on all 4 of these people very much helped with that. 56. Great stuff there. Continuing on with the tag team fashion, we got a bunch of debuts taking place. Alexis Lee, Little Feather, Candy Floss, and Christina Charleston. Christina Charleston teaming up with Millie the Minx. It was about decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Millie the Minx and Christina Charleston defeated Alexis Lee, Littlefeather, Candy Floss in 6 minutes and 53 when Millie the Minx pinned Alexis Lee, Littlefeather with a Minx driver. Candy Floss was the weak link, getting an 18, I think is what that is. Alexis Lee, Littlefeather's gimmick was adequate. Candy Floss's gimmick was great. And Christina Charleston's gimmick was adequate. Looks like Candy Floss was rusty. Commentary did well. And Duplicate went up against Modesty Pador. Duplicate defeats Modesty Pador in 7 minutes and 44 by pinfall with a cracked mirror. Great stuff there. Commentary boosted the match. And then we got a triple threat between Black Diamond, Jana Marie Bowen, and the debuting Remy Honeyman. And Jana Marie Bowen defeats Black Diamond and Remy Honeyman in 6 minutes and 37 when Jana Marie Bowen pins Black Diamond with a Bowen technique. Looks like Honeyman was rusty. The match got a 38. Great stuff there. And then we saw the El Inferno Horde, these three, walk down to the ring once again. In what was a great bout for Elsa Calvo and Purple Viper. And then Queen Amazon says, El Inferno Horde has new followers. And it ends up being Celeste Moon and Decipher. Both of these two don't ever say anything. They both were talking about the tag match they had. And then they mentioned El Inferno Horde is only going to continue to grow. I hope you're satisfied. We still don't know who she's talking to, but then all five of them start maniacally laughing, and the lights go out and they disappear. So El Inferno Horde now has 5 members. They are getting ever stronger, which is crazy to think about. Celeste Moon's gimmick was great. Decipher's gimmick was poor. Queen Amazon went off script well. Elsa Calvo improvised well. Purple Viper did not. The angle idea was a success. And Izzy Quick goes one-on-one against Mosher. Izzy Quick defeats Mosher in 9 minutes and 30 by pinfall with a Law Magistral Cradle. Izzy has a strong connection with the young female demographic, which they enjoyed her winning. The match got a 40. Commentary did well. Desert Storm takes on Jerry Pepper in a decent match. Desert Storm defeated Jerry Pepper in 8 minutes and 57 by pinfall with a ground strike. Commentary did well. Jerry Pepper was off his game. Match got a 39. And we see very incredible trios match here. Coco Malloy and Tailored Phenomenal take on Kate Lily and Young and Wasted. And about that, great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Coco Malloy and Tailored Phenomenal defeated Kate Lily and Young and Wasted in 13 minutes and 24 when Coco Malloy pinned Kate Lily with a flying bulldog. Great stuff there. The match got a 53. Buzz Reed took on Texas Hangman. In a decent match, Buzz Reed defeats Texas Hangman 11 minutes and 5 by pinfall with a termination slam. Huge victory for Buzz Reed, but Texas Hangman's not happy. He's storming backstage after his loss to Buzz Reed. Also, great craziness that Buzz Reed was able to lift up the big dude of Texas Hangman. And then we see it over at a skate park. A skater is just walking around and he starts doing some tricks, and then we see that it ends up being Etsuko Ariyoshi, who's talking about how skating's her life and that wrestling is her life even more, and that she has arrived at All-Star Pro. Ariyoshi did not do well improvising. Her gimmick was great. The angle idea was a success. Good to see, because that was extremely risky. But yeah, great stuff there. And then we saw the trio titles on the line in a debuting new faction, the Rock Stars, all come down to challenge Next Gen for the trio titles in a decent match. The Rock Stars become the new trios champs. They become the new trio champs in 18 minutes and 58 when Mosher pinned Joe Gilbert with a headbanger. The match was designed so the wrestlers could go steal the show, and I very much believe they did. Danielle Sweetheart sustained a bruised eye socket. But we got new trio champs, and it is the debuting faction of the Rock Stars of Rockin' Ryan Turner, Stan Mana, and Mosher. So we now have Next Gen, the Truly Best, which who knows how the Truly Best is gonna continue on if Texas Hangman ends up leaving, with him being furious after his loss to Buzz Reed. So we have the Truly Best, Next Gen, El Inferno Horde, and now the Rock Stars. We're starting to gain some traction with our very huge roster. It only makes sense. The match got the crowd buzzing. Commentary did well. Looks like Golden Delicious was really off her game as well. Joe Gilbert starts crying after the loss. And he says, "Team, I let you down," and walks away. Danielle Sweetheart and Golden Delicious. Golden Delicious is she's covering her eye, and they both talk to each other. They're both like, Joe Gilbert did not fail us. So it seems everything's still good with Next Gen, even after that very sad loss to the Rock Stars. And Dr. Funkenstein took on Primetime Jack Pride. In a decent match, Dr. Funkenstein defeats Primetime Jack Pride in 11 minutes and 57 by pinfall with a That Funky elbow drop. Primetime Jack Pride outperforms Dr. Funkenstein, so he should have gotten the win. Commentary did well. The match got a 38. We now then see Kate Lilly take on the debuting Catherine Goodlooks. What was a very awesome match. Catherine Goodlooks defeats Kate Lilly in 14 minutes and 50 with a pretty fly. Her gimmick was adequate. The match got a 53. And now the Gold Star is finally going to be crowned for the first time ever. MMA, Ashley Grover. And about that good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, MMA defeats Ashley Grover in 18 minutes and 46 by submission with a triangle choke. MMA wins the gold star. That is the finals of the tournament. The creative finish was a success. Great stuff there. And then we see the fatal four-way match take place between the debuting Oliver Cobb and the debuting Loretta Boland versus the masked grappler versus the injured Danielle Sweetheart. In a superb match, Oliver Cobb defeated Loretta Boland, the masked grappler, and Danielle Sweetheart in 14 minutes and 37 when Oliver Cobb pinned Loretta Boland with a strikeout. Great stuff there. Looks like Boland was rusty, and Danielle Sweetheart was slowed by an injury somewhat. Match got a 52, and we head on over now to our main event. It was a bout that had good heat but subpar wrestling. Mercutio Sleep defeats Sylvia Bristow in 18 minutes and 34 by pinfall after using a foreign object, so he cheats to get the victory. The match was designed to tell a specific story, and Mercutio Sleep makes defense number 5 of the All-Star Pro 5-Star Championship. Commentary did well. Sylvia Bristow was rusty, and both of these two were off their game. So not a great main event, but that's okay. Let's see. The show got a 40 still. So we saw a bunch of debuts happen. We saw a bunch of craziness happen. The show increased our popularity all over the world. Let's put over Mercutio Sleep. And I'll put over I think we're gonna put over Ashley Grover. So praise for a great performance, praise for a great performance. Mercutio Sleep seemed pleased. Ashley Grover seemed pleased. 2 injuries, which are unfortunate. A minor concussion for Loretta Boland. Luckily, we won't be doing any shows for a while, so they'll be fine when they come back. We now have gotten to $1,000 in ticket sales, but we got $485,077 in profit. Great to see. And popularity-wise, we went from 17 to 18 in the Midwest, 10 to 11 in the Great Lakes, Mid-South, and Northwest, and 2 to 3 in Quebec. So we're just that much closer to getting to small in All-Star Pro. And hopefully we can continue to sign some talented wrestlers, and hopefully we continue to put on great shows, increase popularity, all that good stuff. We're about to reach 30 minutes off of this video. Frankie Perez loaned to IPW. All that's left got 4,275 viewers, with 624,437 viewers altogether. and the injuries that took place. All that's left was mainly positive and won many friends. That's great to see. And yeah, that is going to be it for this video, and I will catch you on the flip side. Next video will be for the WMMA 5 series.